chapter, that is biodiversity and its conservation. Fine. First of all, basic meaning of biosphere. Can you know the word biosphere? Anybody can you know the meaning of the biosphere? Many ecosystems. So biosphere is big ecosystem. Big ecosystem of all ecosystem include both biotic as well as abiotic factors both. Fine. Clear? So biosphere, it is also known as ecosphere. Biosphere, it is also known as ecosphere because it consists so many ecosystems there. Fine. So biosphere, it is divided into three parts. Biosphere, it consists three parts: atmosphere, hydrosphere and lithosphere. the air which is present in biotic as well as abiotic components, it is commonly known as atmosphere. Fine. Hydrosphere. Water constituent. Okay, same way. Water constituent in all living organism and non-living objects. Water content. And the lithosphere living component as well as non-living component on the earth's surface, it is known as lithosphere. So biosphere consists three words. Biosphere, also known as spaceship, also known as Earth. It is closed system for minerals. Actually, 14th chapter, it is of ecosystem. 14th chapter, that is of ecosystem. Ecosystem is nothing but the living organism and its surrounding environment, combinedly known as ecosystem. Very simple word. But for 14th chapter, as a NEET level, according to NEET level, you have to remember only one thing for whole 14th chapter. Organic components are cyclic moving and energy is unidirectional. Only these two sentences are very, very important. Energy flow is unidirectional. Just for example, very easy to understand this. For example, plants absorb the sunlight for photosynthesis. And this sunlight can give back to the sun again. No. Plants absorb the sunlight, perform the photosynthesis. So amount of the light that is utilized in the photosynthesis, remaining energy cannot come back to the sun again. Fine, no problem. Carry on. Plants can be eaten by herbivores. So herbivores eat the plants, doing the metabolic process, and remaining energy can give back to the plants again? No. But according to the thermodynamics second law, the energy is gradually decreases. Energy is gradually decreases. Divided by 10. 1/10 of the energy is transferred to the each tropic level. 1/10 of the energy. For example, in plants, 100% energy is there. So herbivores obtain only 10% energy from it. Remaining 90% energy, it is lost in the form of heat according to the second law. Same way, herbivores in that 10% you consider that is 100%. So in carnivores only 1% energy is transferred. So between the two successive tropic levels, 1/100th energy is transferred. Between the three successive tropic levels, 1,000th part of the energy is transferred. Like that, MCQs are frequently asked related to ecosystem. And in that chapter, ecological pyramid topic is also given there. Pyramid of energy are always upright. It is never inverted. Pyramid of number and pyramid of biomass are erect or inverted both. But pyramid of energy is always upright. Okay, so this is about the unidirectional flow of the energy. Let me tell you the cyclic flow of the organic components. Okay, think about the organic component. First we had discussed with the energy. Solar energy, that is radiation, it is converted into chemical energy by the plants, you know that. That chemical energy is transferred from the herbivores to carnivores, then so on. Think about the organic components. Water, minerals, other inorganic components are joined together and form the food in the plant in the form of starch. This is known as organic component. Organic components are transferred from the herbivores to carnivores to omnivores and like higher stage carnivores like that. But when the dead parts of the plant, dead parts of the body of the animal, which is detached from the organism's body, then it is coming in contact with the soil. Yes, in soil, decomposers are there. So decomposers, what they can do? They convert dead parts of the animals as well as plants, organic components into inorganic components and give back to the soil again. And now, in this soil, the inorganic components which are fixed by the decomposers that reutilize again by the plants, and then it is entering the ecosystem again. That's why we say like that organic components are cyclic moving in each and every trophic level, in each and every food chain or food web. Yes, આ બધા 14th chapter ના basic topics છે. We are unable to form the food chain. We are unable to form the food chain. If I will give you the 10 organisms and you have to arrange them in the food chain manner. So what you can do? First you isolate the producers. So out of the 10 organisms which are producers, isolate them. Put them in the producers. Then out of them 10 organisms which are herbivorous, you put them in the first trophic level. But each and every organism has connection more than one trophic level. Suppose we are not suppose but confirmatory, we are omnivorous. So we are depends on the herbivorous as well as carnivorous. We are depends on the plants as well as on the animals also. So we are unable to form the food chain. Always food web is formed. And food web is formed in the very, very complex manner. We can't imagine that which animal has depends on which animal or organism like that. And sometimes what happened? You can't imagine. તમને believe નહીં થાય. Tell me the answer. Think and then tell. It's a silly question. It's a silly question, easy question, but answer is very tough. Dog is herbivorous or carnivorous? Dog is herbivorous or carnivorous? Both. I told you, okay. I told already. The question is very easy, but answer is much more tough. Tell me. Both. Dog is actually omnivorous. Herbivorous as well as carnivorous. Both. Yes. Is it possible that herbivorous animals become carnivorous? Is it possible? How? એનો મૂડ હોય તો કાર્નિવોરસ થઈ જાય. ડિપેન્ડ્સ ઓન મૂડ. અને આજે નોનવેજ ખાવું તો કાર્નિવોરસ થઈ જાય. પ્યોર વેજ ખાવું તો હર્બિવોરસ. Very interesting answer. When herbivorous animals cannot obtain their original food, might be they become carnivorous also. I mean to say like that. Once I asked the question that if all the plants on the earth will cut, all the animals will die. After question discussion already કરી દીધી છે ઘણી વખત. If the number of lion increases, so lion number increase થાય તો lion ની species भी extinct થઈ શકવાની possibility છે. લાયન નંબર ઇન્ક્રીઝ થઈ જશે તો મેજોરિટી શું થશે? ઇટ ઇઝ મેજોરિટી ડિપેન્ડ્સ ઓન ધી હર્બીવોરસ એનિમલ્સ, એટલે હર્બીવોરસને કિલ કરી નાખશે. Herbivorous number also decreases. But when they not obtain, when they cannot obtain the food, there is also, now can you know that? એટલે લાયન નંબર ઇન્ક્રીઝ થઈ જાય એટલે એ ડોમિનન્ટ નહીં થઈ જાય અર્થ ઉપર. એની બી સ્પીસીસ એક્સટિંક્ટ થઈ જશે ડ્યુ ટુ લેક ઓફ ફૂડ. ત્યાં પાછું લેક ઓફ ઓક્સિજન નો આવે due to lack of food. Gradually the organisms depends on the lion. They can also extincted. એટલા માટે આપણે કહીએ છે evil quoted in that coexistence, co-extinction, sorry, word mistake, co-extinction. If one organism will die, another corresponding organisms will also die. Co-extinction. એક સાથે ગ્રુપમાં માસ એક્સટિંક્શન થાય છે. Okay, fine. So biosphere, it is closed for mineral and open for energy, because you know that biosphere is nothing but the earth, and each and every ecosystem in that, the main source of the energy is sunlight, and sunlight is obtained from the outside of the earth, right? So it is open system for the energy but closed system. God creature બહુ જ ફાઇન છે, વિચારવા જેવી વસ્તુ છે. હું થોડા તમને બાયોલોજી, ગોડ્સ ક્રિએશન એની સાથે તમને કનેક્ટ કરું. આપણા બધાનું ફોર્મેશન મધર ફાધર ઝાયગોટ માંથી થયું, મધર ફાધર ગેમેટ્સ ઝાયગોટ માંથી થયું, રાઈટ? આપણું જ્યારે ડેથ થશે ત્યારે આપણે બી એટમોસ્ફિયરમાં સ્પ્રેડ જ થઈ જવાનું. વિચારો, ગુજરાતીમાં એવું કહે છે ને, ઓલું પંચમહાભૂતમાં વિલીનીકરણ થઈ જાય ડેડ બોડી. અચ્છા, ડેડ બોડીને બે વસ્તુ કરે, કાં તો જમીનમાં દાટી દો, કાં તો એને સળગાવી દો. બે માંથી એક જ ને, ત્રીજું કઈ છે? સળવા તો નથી મૂકવા દેતા ને આપણે, હા? બે જ ને. સોઇલમાં મૂકી દો તો ડીકમ્પોઝર્સ છે, બંધ કરી દો તો એટમોસ્ફિયરમાં. And in our body, organic matter consists minerals, and that all are entered in the soil as well as in the atmosphere, and that all components are utilized by other organisms also. એટલે અહીંયા નહીં જ આપણે બધા છે, અહીંયા નહીં જ આપણે બધા છે, બટ ડિફરન્ટ એરિયાઝમાં હશું. આપણે જ્યારે એટમોસ્ફિયરમાં જતા રહીશું ત્યારે ડિફરન્ટ કમ્પોનન્ટ્સ ડિફરન્ટ જગ્યાએ જતા રહ્યા હશે, અને એમાંથી કઈ વસ્તુનું ક્રિએશન થાય ધેટ વી ડોન્ટ નો. આ જ વસ્તુ એનિમલ બધા ઓર્ગેનિઝમમાં થાય છે. બહુ મજાની વસ્તુ છે. ગોડ્સ ક્રિએશન ઇઝ વેરી વેરી ઇન્ટરેસ્ટિંગ. Each and every organism is derived from components present on the earth. Natural calamity થઈ, ડાયનોસોર્સ ડેડ થઈ ગયા, ડાયનોસોર્સ બરીડ થઈ ગયા સોઇલમાં, લાર્જ પ્લાન્ટ્સ અંદર આવી ગયા, બરોબર? એમાંથી જ આપણું ક્રિએશન થયું છે, એમાંથી જ ન્યૂ પ્લાન્ટ ફોર્મ થયા છે, એમાંથી જ બધી વસ્તુ બની છે, એ જ આપણે કન્ઝ્યુમ કરી છે. આપણે પ્લાન્ટ્સ ઉપર ડિપેન્ડ છીએ. આપણા एक्सक्रीटरी प्रोडक्ट्स ઉપર भी બીજા ઓર્ગેનિઝમ્સ ડિપેન્ડ છે. So that's why here it is given that biosphere is closed system for minerals and open system for the energy. Can you got this two words? Okay. એટલા માટે બધા જ રિવિઝનમાં એક સાચી જ વસ્તુ છે, આપણે કંઈ જ લઈને નહોતા આવ્યા, કંઈ જ લઈને નથી જવાનું, કંઈ જ લઈને નહોતા આવ્યા, કંઈ જ લઈને નથી જવાનું. આપણું ક્રિએશન કઈ રીતે થયું છે, આપણા ન્યુટ્રિયન્ટ્સ આપણા બોડીમાં જેટલા કમ્પોનન્ટ છે બધા જ એટમોસ્ફિયરમાં સ્પ્રેડ થઈ જશે, બધા ઓર્ગેનિઝમ એનું યુટિલાઇઝેશન કરશે. પ્લાન્ટ બી આપણે મિનરલ્સનું યુટિલાઇઝેશન કરવાનું, એનિમલ્સ બી કરવાનું, એન્ડ ધીસ સાયકલ ઇઝ કન્ટિન્યુ. ક્લિયર? ઓકે, સો લેટ અસ ડિસ્કસ વિથ ધ નેક્સ્ટ ટોપિક. Hydrosphere or water resources. Okay, at the beginning of this chapter I had asked you the few questions in NCERT lecture. Can you quick revise it please? Anyone? Okay, largest angiosperm plant. Few questions for NCERT syllabus as well as NEET also. Largest angiosperm, which one? Sequoia. Angiosperm. I am asking about angiosperm. Sequoia sempervirens is gymnosperm. So largest angiosperm is eucalyptus. Largest angiosperm is eucalyptus. Nilgiri kehvaય. 100 meter length. Largest gymnosperm, Sequoia sempervirens. The length is 150 meter or 400 feet. That I had already given this information in NCERT lecture, and might be you have ball work of this also. Okay. Smallest gymnosperm is Zamia pygmea. Smallest gymnosperm is Zamia pygmea, and the smallest angiosperm is Wolffia globosa. 0.2 to 0.5 micrometer. Okay? Know this now? Everybody got this? Next, largest flower, Rafflesia arnoldi. Largest flower, Rafflesia arnoldi. 1 meter in diameter and 6 to 8 kg weight. And the odor of Rafflesia is just like a contaminated meat. Meat contaminated થતો એવી smell આવે. And this Rafflesia is parasitic plant. Parasitic plant. Okay, stem parasitic, root parasite તમને લખાયું છે. Then largest inflorescence they give 6 feet. They give Ramban medical store નહીં હો. આ ચેપ્ટર પાછું ઓનલાઈન લીધું છે ને એટલે એ પ્રશ્ન રહે. ઓકે, ઓનલાઈન લેક્ચરમાં મારા સિવાય કોઈ સાંભળવા વાળું હોય. ઓફલાઈન લેક્ચરમાં બહુ મજા આવી. આ ચેપ્ટર જ્યારે પ્રીવિયસ યર લીધું ને ત્યારે મેં એવું કીધું હતું રામબાણ જોયું છે તો કે હા આવી ગયું અહીંયા ગામમાં. માય મંદિરથી આગળ જાઓ ત્યાં રામબાણ. મેં કીધું રામબાણ મેડિકલ સ્ટોર નહીં, રામબાણ પ્લાન્ટની વાત છે. Actually, this tegu plant, it is grown in desert, and it has flat leaves, and on the top of the leaf apex become thorny. We say like that. Leaf apex, the tip of the leaf become thorny, become pointed, and it is very sharp. Okay, so it is thorny plant and it lives and develop in the xerophytic leaf. Okay, and you know that very easy questions. Largest aquatic mammal, amazing. Largest aquatic mammal, blue whale. Largest terrestrial mammal, elephant. Largest bird, ostrich. Largest egg, ostrich egg. Smallest bird, hummingbird. Smallest cell, olu. યાદ એવું કરે જ્યારે એમ જ લાગે યાદ આવે. અને અમુક તો એવો ડ્રામા કરે ઓલું આમ એમ જ લાગે કે આન્સર આવશે કઈ ન આવે. Smallest cell, mycoplasma, PPLO. Okay, so this many words are there, this many important MCQs. Fine. And dominant organism on the earth, insects. In the animals and dominant in plants. તો આપણે નીટ આપવાની. solar energy, wind power, tidal power, air, and geothermal energy. These all are inexhaustible or non-conventional resources, and these all are available in unlimited manner. Fine. Whereas coal, petroleum, natural gas, biotic species, okay, nuclear energy, these are non-renewable energy resources, but here the nuclear energy is unlimited and it is non-renewable resource. Whereas coal, petroleum, natural gas, all are present in the limited quantity. Okay? water resource. Total volume of water in hydrosphere, that is 1.4 billion cubic kilometer or kilometer cube. 1.4 billion 10 raised to 9. 97.5% is ocean water, which is unsuitable for human use. 2.5% is available as a fresh water, and out of this 2.5% available fresh water, in that subtypes are there. 1.97% water above, it is stored in the ice cap, or we say that polar ice and glaciers. 0.5% is groundwater. 0.01% is present in the soil moisture, and the rest, that is about 0.36%, it is distributed in lakes, swamps, rivers and streams. So out of this total hydrosphere, only 2.5%, and out of that very little bit portion, fresh water is available for human being. Okay, so this is about the hydrosphere or water resource. So here I can stop now. Remaining things we will discuss in the next lecture.